Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 GMO random run, where we take two random characters, mash them together using the Genetically Modified Overkill mod, which you can find a link to in the description if you want to try this for yourself, and we'll see if we can beat Danger 5 with whatever horrible monstrosity results. Let's jump in and see what two characters we get. Golem and Wildling. So, Wildling can't have more than level 2 weapons, and gets bonuses with primitive weapons, including bonus lifesteal, but Golem can't heal, so it doesn't really matter what weapon we take, because the Wildling bonus is never going to function. I think this is going to be a really difficult one. Let's just hit random and see what random weapon I get. Okay, so we're Fist, Golem, Wildling, because the Wildling bonus with primitive weapons doesn't matter at all, because it's bonus lifesteal, which we cannot use with the Golem. So basically, we're just a worse Golem, and I'm going to go with Fists as my weapon because I think that'll be fun. We'll sell this stick immediately. This character looks very sad, which I think is appropriate because, like I said, I think we're just a worse Golem. Basically, because we're limited to level 2 weapons. This is going to be a rough one, I think. Let's see what we can get here. So I can still buy Harvesting, so I'm going to roll for that. Do one more reroll looking for Harvesting. Great. Okay, so we can get some Harvesting. I'm not going to lock the weird food, because obviously that doesn't do anything for me. Let's sell this stick immediately, and we'll just go with Fists. We're a random build now. The defective steroids is good because we can get additional health, which is increased by our golem upgrade and increased by, and it gives us melee damage, which we need for the fist. So I think I will lock that. I'm gonna re-roll here. Broken Mouth is too efficient not to buy. Can I find some fists, please? All right, we'll get a little unlucky on weapons here, but we managed to get 3 still. In the early game, we shouldn't be in too much trouble, because Golem is just very good in the early game, but it's the late game when we need to rely on our healing, that which we don't have, that's going to be an issue, and of course, not being able to level up our weapons is going to be pretty painful. One of the hidden downsides, too, of the Wildling is that you're going to have weapons that you can't buy show up in the shop, which just sort of clogs your shop with useless stuff. 5% crit chance is a level 2 upgrade, and I do want a level 2 upgrade, but I don't know if 5% crit chance is worth buying at this point. It is not a big increase to our damage until we get our other damage stats going. I think just because it's a level 2 upgrade, I'm going to pick it up. No, I think I should just reroll for Harvesting again. So I really would like to get my Harvesting going, because then we can actually have an economy on this character, which otherwise I think is going to be somewhat difficult. Rerolling a bunch to try to get enough fists if possible, which we didn't. Sword is kind of interesting, but we're just gonna roll with fists only. I'd have really liked to max out my weapon set at least. I guess because we're the Wildling, rolling aggressively for weapons is less important than it is for other characters, because we don't need as many total. But I think this build will really benefit from having the leveled up weapons early, because Fist, until you level it up and get a few damage upgrades, is, as you can see, not a very high damage weapon. So we really need to be keeping pace with our damage in order to make that a viable weapon type. Here, I'm just going to take the 2 melee damage. We have 2 level ups, so on the second one, I'll reroll for Harvesting, but melee damage is something I really want. I could also take the luck here, but I think I'm going to roll for Harvesting, do 2 rerolls. Didn't find it, but I'll take the HP. Buy these 2 items and roll again. Still no fists. I'll take the coffee. We can't afford to buy Weird Ghost on the Golem. Finally get to max out our weapons, and I think I will actually just lock this entire shop. It's all going to be good for me. look at this character. That is that's quite a look. Because you really want, when you're using Fist, to get enough damage that you aren't knocking these enemies away so much, because when you're just pushing enemies away, it becomes really hard to focus down specific enemies, and that can make it quite difficult to actually wave clear. as you're rotating damage in between different enemies. I'm running straight into the groups of enemies to try to kill the ranged enemies, which are more likely to drop consumables and more likely to drop crates. Take the coupon, that's definitely helpful. Here, I think I'm just going to take the attack speed, or I could reroll for harvesting, because this is our level 5 upgrade. I could take dodge as well, because we will want to reach dodge cap. With our 15% dodge from being unarmed, we can reach dodge cap quicker. I think I'm going to roll for harvesting, because if I get a +8 harvesting upgrade, that gets me to the 21 mark, which is what we want. And then I won't be able to buy all of these, but let's start with the things that will help the most, and defective steroids, I guess. I guess technically Hedgehog is better for wave clear than defective steroids, so I'll buy that. And then we will roll. One reroll is worth it even with an item locked, just to try to lock something else good. Items that I would really like are things like Mastery, dodge, and armor, of course, are always really important on the Golem, but I really need to increase my damage. Attack speed would be very nice as well, especially because I'm reducing it a little with the 2 defective steroids we've bought. But I'm going to need enough, either enough damage or enough armor and dodge that we can survive the elites, and those are coming up faster than you'd expect. Yeah, I'll just take 10% attack speed, that's going to help, and I will take the harvesting here. Now I'm going to probably stop buying harvesting, because we have a wave 11 elite, so I need to be strong enough at that point to survive. Take the fist, take the leather vest, defective steroids, and tree as well. Tree and Lost Duck, incidentally, are worse on this character because we can't heal, so buying luck is worse when you can't generate consumables with it, but I think it's still worth it because you get better level ups and better shop items, so it's still just worth buying. I think I will take the Peacock here. We have enough defensive stats that we can survive, and I could actually hold it till wave 9 if I hold it locked in the shop. That would mean leaving it locked for 3 shops to get the plus 100% XP during wave 9. That's something to think about. Depending on what items I find, I might consider doing that. Here, I'm going to take the Insanity. Now it's worth it to buy Crit Chance, just because I have a few more offensive stats. So we're going to want to get that going soon. I think basically the #1 item I could find at this point is a Mastery. Just for +6 melee damage. Oops, walked right into that enemy. This is a tough character, and it's hard not to play a little bit lazy, too. Just because it looks like I have lots of HP, because I'm the Golem. So it looks like I'm relatively safe, but of course we aren't. Break that tree. Happy to just walk into big groups of enemies there. I'll definitely take the Shady Potion. And yeah, I'll take +10 luck. Like I said, no consumables makes luck worse, but it's still good for my level ups and my stats. I'm going to take this fist. Flaming Brass Knuckles, I think this is a fist anyways, so I'm going to take that. I think that is well within the spirit of the random fist weapons, because it's exactly the same as fist. You can see it has exactly the same stats as the level 2 fist, but it's just on fire. So the question is, do I buy the Peacock now and get more XP gain over the next 3 waves and double XP gain next wave, or do I try to save it for wave 9 and double my XP gain on wave 9? I think the fact that we're giving up on 25% XP gain over wave 7 and 8, and we would have to hold this locked in the shop for several waves, means I'm just going to buy it now. And then I will do a reroll here and see if I can lock anything good. Ugly Tooth is really important for this build. I think that will help a lot against the rib cages and against the elite, so I will be happy to buy that. See if I can chase this thing down. Wow, it really ran away from me. I think we've got good enough damage I can let the slashers spawn. They're a little dangerous for the Golem just because they put the attacks on the ground. It's hard to dodge, so the slashers can be a lot of damage. that you're taking, but we do good enough damage at this point that we are able to just burst them down quickly without losing wave clear. So we're just going to let the eggs hatch. I'm not going to buy elemental damage or anything like that to maximize my... Take a couple hits there just to kill that thing faster. We actually do get the attack speed boost and damage boost if I tank a bunch of hits, but you typically don't want to play for that unless you are very confident that you're not going to take additional hits after that. Let me grab the broken mouth here, and then I think I should buy percent damage. We have minus 5% damage right now. I'll take that. I'll take the 9% dodge. That can get me to dodge cap, and then here, percent damage again is very important. Because I was taking extra damage that wave because of the peacock, so that's why we took so much damage at the end there. I'm going to pick up the metal detector. Yeah, we'll upgrade fist and buy the ugly tooth. Why won't it let me upgrade the fist? Hello? Oh, right. Because of the Wildling. I totally forgot that we're the Wildling. Okay, well, I should just sell and buy that. Yep, we do have a second character that's just giving us a restriction. So now any fists we find we can't buy. The best we can do is upgrade them to flaming brass knuckles. So maybe I should actually buy elemental damage, since that's the only way I can increase my damage now. Definitely take Little Muscly Dude. That's a big boost to this character. It gives me a bunch of HP and a bunch of melee damage. Gummy Berserker for attack speed I don't think is worth it, because we lose additional armor because we're the Golem. Yeah, I probably actually should buy elemental damage, because that's one of the only ways I can increase my damage now, since I can't level up my fists any further. Literally just forgot that that I had the Wildling as well, and it wasn't just playing the Golem. Tanking some hits here. That's okay. As long as I don't take too many in a row, we'll be alright. Fist really makes it hard to wave clear specific enemies. It makes these chargers much more difficult, just because knocking all the small enemies back means there's so many more of them on the field at any given time that it's hard to play around the chargers. I could break that tree, but I think it's more important actually that I pick up all those materials I left on the ground so that I can actually buy stuff next wave. I'm going to recycle the white flag. We don't need to reduce enemy spawns. More luck? Yeah, I guess I'll take that. And then here I'm going to reroll. We can definitely do better. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Am I buying elemental damage for my brass knuckle? I don't think so. I don't think that's worth doing. I'm going to reroll, and yeah, much happier to just get 6 melee damage. I do need to increase my speed, so even though we lose some crit chance, which is an important component of our damage, the compass is still going to be really important for us, so we'll take that. Fairy, unfortunately, doesn't do anything for me, but Insanity will increase our overall damage. Snail is going to be good, and I will buy another Flaming Brass Knuckles. We'll sell a fist for it, just to slightly improve our DPS. $35 damage per attack with 53 damage criticals is not where I would have wanted to be at this point. I think we are going to have a very hard time killing the elite unless I come up with a lot more damage quite fast. So we may have to just dodge the elite. At least we've got the bonus XP going for us. I'm okay just tanking a couple hits here. Golem is tanky enough that you can just take hits occasionally. A little more armor before we go into the elite wave would also be really nice as well, because we haven't been able to buy any armor. Golem gets additional armor from armor purchases, so always worth picking that up. Trying to just pick up as many of the materials on the ground as possible before the wave ends. I think I will just take 1 armor, because armor is so valuable for me. No, I have 60 luck. I can get a level 2 upgrade. Yeah, I'll take the max HP, and then here, I'll take the 9% dodge, I think. Try to get to dodge cap sooner. Definitely don't want to cap my max HP at this point. Tentacle for crit chance. I don't think 3 crit chance is worth 73 because we can't heal. And remember, it's only 1.5 critical damage on the fists. It's still worth getting critical damage, but it's worse than on other items. I think I will buy the snail. Reducing enemy move speed will matter a lot. But I think I'm going to roll past those. Obviously, the fist doesn't do anything. Tardigrade is reasonable on the golem because damage you take at the beginning of the wave is just as high as damage, just as important as damage you take at the end of the wave. Normally, Tardigrade doesn't do much because damage you take at the beginning of the wave doesn't matter. You'll just heal it back up. But on the golem, any damage you take is all equivalent, so Tardigrade is often worth buying. Coffee, great find. Propeller hat, yes. Let's reroll one more time. Tractor costs me a lot of damage, but 40 harvesting is 40 harvesting, so I definitely can't pass that up. Slightly unlucky that our 2 flaming weapons spawned on the same side of our character, so they're both going to be hitting the same targets a lot. Move speed is something that I'm really looking for at this point. The things I need most of all before I go to the elite wave. More damage would be great, obviously. If we can kill the elite, then we wouldn't need to buy defensive stats for it. But I don't think we're going to get enough damage to actually kill it, so I'm looking for move speed to dodge it, armor to tank through its attacks, and dodge so that we don't get hit by it. You really have to play around the presence of these elites, especially on these relatively low damage builds. Definitely taking this, that's more damage for us. Could take 8% damage. I think I should. My percent damage is so low right now. I'm going to lock but not buy the lure, I think, because we won't be able to kill the loot aliens this wave. But that means I'm rolling a lot with a lure locked. So the question is it worth the additional shop slots to just buy it now? Because I want to buy it. I want to try to kill the loot aliens. It's still worth doing even when you can't benefit from the regeneration. But if I buy it now, we probably won't kill both of them since it's an elite wave, so we won't be able to as easily hunt them down. I could also just roll past it. It might be too greedy to go for the lure. It's very rare that you'll see me even considering that. I think I'm going to buy it, and then we get 4 shop slots, so it'll work out a little better. Okay, we have to buy coupon. I'm not thrilled by where we're at, honestly, in terms of the things that I was able to find in this shop, but I guess I'll take adrenaline. 130 for 5% dodge is a pretty bad ratio, but I think it's still worth picking up. I don't want acid here because we want to get our dodge high enough. Alien magic, I definitely do want. Bean teacher is too late, I think, so I'm going to lock the alien magic, roll. I'll take the peaceful bee. It does reduce my damage, but the dodge is really important as well. Alien magic is plus 33% HP, so that's like 10 and a bit HP for -8 luck and 180. Actually, maybe I don't want the alien magic. I think I'm just going to reroll that. And then there's nothing I'd be able to buy here. So pretty bad shop for me, honestly. We bought only adrenaline and peaceful bee, so we got 9% dodge. Hopefully that's enough to keep me alive, but maybe it was a mistake to buy the lure. We'll see. So I'm going to test out my damage on the elite. Yeah, it does not look like I'm going to kill the elite. So I'm just going to try to dodge it. This is a pretty hard elite to get to if we're just dodging it, because it's going to start charging me. And I think we're just going to really suffer this wave. I'm trying to kill that this loot alien, since I did go ahead and buy the lure here. Elite now in stage 2, so it's going to start charging me. Loot alien is very hard to kill when you have such high knockback, so that was the difficulty there. But we're trying to just stay ahead of the elite, looking for the second loot alien spawn as well. Not going to make much... Oh, it's right in the middle of the big crowd of things, so I don't think we're going to get the second loot alien kill. Maybe if I can hit it there. No. The bonus move speed that we got at the end is worth it, though. Alright, so we got one crate from the lure, so it definitely did not work out to buy lure. If depending on what elite we'd gotten, we could maybe have made it work, but I think actually the right move there was to roll past the lure. Just got a little bit too greedy. We're going to pick up metal detector. Yes, I need % damage, but I think this will still pay for itself. We'll recycle the white flag. 15 luck. I guess I don't think I can afford to take luck at this point. I really need combat stats. Wheelbarrow, on the other hand, will pay for itself so quickly that I think it's worth buying. Baby Gecko, I probably should grab. That's going to improve my income pretty heavily. Buy the fertilizer as well. Lots and lots of... Still just finding lots of economy items and not much in the way of combat, but at least we got to fix our speed there. Mastery, so important for this character. Very happy to pick that up. Community support is good, but will cost me a lot of armor. I think I am still going to buy that, and I think I am still going to buy the spicy sauce. That'll turn my luck into damage as well, so that's actually pretty nice. I don't know if I've played this run super well, but I also feel like we've gotten very unlucky on our shops. I need to buy any % damage that I see, basically, because our % damage is so low right now. Keep having to buy items that reduce it. Yeah, so you can see here, my damage is not really keeping up the wave, such that I'm starting to tank hits. And the very high knockback on fists makes it harder to play against the rib cages, because they get so fast when you push them away rather than killing them. So we're just not making much money per wave. 10% attack speed for minus 6% damage. If I didn't have negative 3% damage, I'd actually take that, but I think as is, I have to pass on it. I'll take the 6% dodge. That's good enough to grab. We'll take this and this. That should increase my attack speed a lot at least. And then, yeah, another tardigrade will help keep me alive. Let's roll again. Big arms, very good for us. Finally some damage, but now I have to buy armor and % damage again very aggressively. I can't pass up on the big arms though, even though it's gonna put me in the negative armor, which is not where you want to be on Golem, but we've got to get some damage in this character. Especially because without being able to level our weapons, it's very difficult to increase our damage. I'd buy explosion size if I saw it actually, because the spicy sauce explosions are a lot of damage, but they're so small by default that they don't actually hit anything usually. Ooh, took a big hit there, because my armor's so poor. So I'm gonna roll very aggressively in the level up screen here for armor. Let's recycle the turret. We don't need that. Okay, that is a huge boost to me. Normally, if I didn't have negative armor, I'd buy the dodge to go to dodge cap, but we have to increase our armor, so I will definitely do that. Blood donation, I don't think I can afford with no healing. Basically, this gives you minus 60 max HP if you buy it with no healing, so that's pretty dangerous. Let me reroll here, and I will still buy Gentle Alien. The % damage is very useful, so, and the max HP as well. Little muscly dude, yes. Bait, I have to buy, I think. It's usually dangerous to buy this on Golem, and even more so because we're a little behind in terms of damage, but our % damage is so poor that we just have to buy the bait, and it fits pretty nicely in with our income. Or the amount of money we have. Ooh, I should not have broken that summoner, actually, before the bait alien spawned. Alright, so because I was able to buy big arms there and increase my percent damage, we were able to clear out the lampreys pretty quickly. Again, you can see why I dislike weapons with knockback so much, because we are having a really hard time killing the summons here, thanks to our knockback pushing them away constantly. Have to bully that, and then also we had to bully that loot alien into the corner in order to actually kill it. Because when we break one of the summoners, its big pile of summons spawn, and have to had a hard time dodging there because so many attacks are coming at once. All of its summons spawn, and normally what you want to do is stand near them to clear them immediately as soon as they spawn. Make sure I break the trees before the end of the wave. But on this character, when you do that, you just push them away, and then it makes it even harder. I will take the claw tree. Crit chance is still valuable for us, so that's okay. I'll recycle the medical turret, recycle the bean teacher, and then here, I think wow, all of these stats are so critical for me, dodge, speed, and damage. I think I have to take speed. We can't play at 1% speed for the rest of the game here. +2 luck for every crit chance I have. I don't think so. I just can't afford to reduce my armor even further, so I'm not going to. I will lose a melee damage to grab the Peaceful Bee. That gets me almost to dodge cap, and then the Lost Duck. I think it's late enough in the game that I'm not going to buy any more luck, because it's not a healing stat for us. And I really need either damage or survivability going into this wave. Very happy to see these two items. If we had seen stuff like that more often earlier, we'd be in much better shape, honestly. Triangle of Power, unfortunately, I think we are just going to take enough hits that the Triangle of Power is too dangerous to buy. So let's roll again. Nothing here that I can buy, and rerolls are getting so expensive. I don't think there will be that much that I can afford that will help out against this elite, so let's just go to the next wave. I think now we've got enough damage I can try to kill the elite, though. So, gonna do that. Making sure to clear as many of the eggs as I can. Every hit I take is such a huge percentage of my health, even with my very high max HP. This dodging in this area is really difficult because of how constrained the movement options I had were. Every hit I take is such a high percentage of my max HP because of my very poor armor right now. So we're just going to have to not pick up too many materials and play around the edge of the arena for the rest of this combat, but at least we got the elite kill. Can tank, I think, one more hit before I die, so I really need to move away from all the projectiles. Alright, so we survived. That was a very difficult wave. Extra stomach is going to not give me that much HP, because it's hard to stay at maximum health with this character, but we've got good luck, so it'll be worth some, and that's definitely worth picking up. Attack speed is very valuable for me right now, so I'll take that. Alien Worm, obviously we don't care about losing consumables from consumable healing, so that's just 4 HP, which is worth buying here. I did say I wanted explosion size. Is that still true? Yeah, it probably is. I think that the spicy sauce consumable explosion is going to be worth trying to buff. And missile I will take, often an inefficient item, but 19% is so low for our damage that we do want to increase that. Let's reroll again. Second spicy sauce, really confirming my decision to buy the plastic explosive here, so now this will actually be a real component of our wave clear. Non-weapon sources of damage are often pretty good on Wildling, because you are limited to level 2 weapons, but you don't have any other penalties. Alloy, I don't want to decrease my dodge, so I won't. And let's lock this. Now I can buy this, sell another fist to buy the Flaming Brass Knuckles, and then I can actually start buying elemental damage. Make sure that I'm clearing out the brain bugs here. I guess the fact that I have 2 tardigrades is helping a lot with the extra stomach. Or, yeah, with the extra stomach HP. Because I'm... Compared to most Golem builds, I'm staying at maximum HP for longer during these waves, thanks to the HP. Oh, no, wait, because we can never get more than 1 health per wave from it. So, yeah, that was actually a really bad purchase. I should have just recycled it. Because when we get 1 health from the extra stomach, we get it empty. So you can see we were at 142 out of 143 after getting our first health from the extra stomach. And then, since we're at 142 out of 143, we're not at full health. So we can only ever get 1 HP per wave from it. It's pretty weak. Honestly, I don't like that. I think they should change that. Oh, I should actually maybe have bought the turret there, because I could have considered buying elemental damage, and then if I found a scared sausage, it could help apply the fire, but I think we're just not going to do the elemental damage thing. I'll just take the wheat. Melee damage is more important. Definitely want the level 4 move speed upgrade. That's important for me as well. I will still buy the flaming brass knuckles here, because I think that is still a reasonable amount of damage, even with the low elemental damage we have. Spicy sauce again, riposte is great for this build, because we have very high melee damage and very high dodge. Cyberball, similarly, a great way to add some wave clear to this build that isn't reliant on our weapons. And I will take Giant Belt as well, and that can help me kill the bosses, maybe. It won't help for this elite wave, obviously, but if I buy more critical hit, that can help kill the bosses. 10% chance of criticals, that's still a decent amount of extra damage that we're getting from that build. And then I guess I'll just buy the luck, because I have the Cyberball now. Alright, I think we should be able to kill this elite again. It's not dying quite as fast as I'd like, but it is dying. You want to try to pull it along the edge of the arena, and then you want to try to bully it into a corner where you can dodge its attacks more easily. Because it will start moving away from you in its second stage. So we got our 1 extra stomach HP there. That's an irritating interaction, honestly. Hadn't really encountered that on the Golem before, I don't think. Okay, I have to roll for armor. Because we are just dying. Every attack I hit being worth 22 damage is so bad for me. Move back this direction. Try to pick up the money there. There we go. This is the unique item, the new item from the GMO mod. I don't want to increase enemy speed, so we're recycling it. I'm going to recycle this. Attack speed, I have to reroll for armor. 1 armor is too bad at this stage of the game for the Golem, so very happy to find a level 3 armor upgrade there. Take the Giant Belt. Percent damage, still very important, and I think we can still get away with killing the loot aliens quickly. Cake, I should still take, just worth some max HP. Gambling token is only 2% dodge and would cost me armor, so I have to roll past that. Finally found an armor item. Somewhere in the shop, these armor items were hiding this whole time. 7 armor is so much safer than what we were at before. Really wanted to kill that brain bug before it buffed the lamprey, because that could have been extremely dangerous, but now I need to hunt down the other ones. So now the things that I need are critical hit, because it'll help with the Giant's Belt, and that's how we're going to kill the bosses. And then just armor and 2% more dodge, I guess. But those are basically the only things that matter for me right now. This spicy sauce, I have to say, is not working out even with the explosion size. This is why I don't think that item is very good. People often ask about it when I skip it, and I just don't think it's very good. Because, like, we're a melee build, but we're still not getting damage from the explosions. Too many enemies on the field here. I maybe should have decreased the number of enemies at some point. Take more armor. Baby elephant, another way to wave clear, so that's important. Handcuffs would cap my max HP. I cannot afford to do that. Lots of ways to decrease my critical hit chance for my Giant's Belt, unfortunately, but I think metal is too good to pass up on, because, again, armor is so important. Reroll. 2 melee damage for -2 harvesting on the charcoal. I don't think so. I'm really looking for just more damage. I'll take the muscly dude. I think I will lock the metal, because my plan is to buy crit chance from whatever we find this wave, ideally. And then if I have enough crit chance, I can still use it against the elites. If I don't find a bunch of crit chance this wave, I probably have to, from levels or from crates, I probably have to re-roll the metal and just roll for crit chance items in the shop, because I don't think we have the base damage to kill the bosses fast enough, given the position that we're in. The explosion there did some work. The dodging is getting quite difficult at this stage of the game. Have to move through these very narrow spaces and try not to tank hits. I will say I'm also getting quite unlucky, I feel like, on my percent chance dodges. Obviously, Strange Book doesn't do anything, so we'll recycle that. So here, I could buy 8 melee damage, 12 dodge, or 20 attack speed, but I'm going to reroll for critical hit chance, because that's how we're going to kill the bosses. And then here, so I could go down to from 15 to 11% crit to get move speed, armor, max HP, and damage, but I actually think I'm just going to reroll, and the only thing that matters at this point is critical hit. Let's roll here. Roll again. Riposte is still going to be really good. That's a big damage boost given the amount of dodge that I have. Roll again. Another big arms. I lose some armor, but more melee damage. I guess if I buy this and the duct tape, we still have the armor. So it looked like I wasn't going to find the crit chance. Okay, so insanity. So how bad would it be to sell one of my fists here for the 6% critical hit chance? That would bring my chance up to 20%, meaning that the Giant's Belt would trigger significantly more often, but also I would lose 3% dodge, so the ripostes would trigger less often. I don't think it will increase my overall damage, but wish I'd rolled into that when I had just a little bit more money. I think that this setup is better than selling an item, and I think that buying the duct tape was still right, just being at 11 armor is important. We never did hit dodge cap, but I think given the crit chance that I have, we should be able to kill the bosses relatively quickly anyways. So in the early stages of the boss, you can move in the same direction as its circle, but in the later stages, you want to move against it because it'll be easier to dodge when it's oncoming. For the same reason you want to walk towards oncoming traffic when you're a pedestrian. You can see it coming. Getting enough critical hits that we can do our Giant's Belt damage. 15% crit chance. Okay, we got through that. Now can I go kill this thing without dying? There's a lot of enemies on the field that are making it very hard not to tank hits. Got pretty lucky on my dodges there, I have to say. My percent dodges. Although, not so much there. Okay, come on. Whew. Alright, I decided to just charge into it and stop dodging at the end because I knew I would kill it in only a couple more seconds, but that was very close. So, yeah, so we managed to get through with bad Golem. Really interesting that this character combo was just Golem, but significantly worse. Also, I ran into a couple odd item interactions. You can see we only got 3 HP from the extra stomach because of how it interacts with Golem. But overall, I think that finding the Giant's Belt and going in on that was pretty important. We ended up with a decent amount of damage from it. Actually, it wasn't a huge percentage of our damage at the in the last wave, because it only dealt 11k, so it basically was the equivalent of one more weapon here. With a little more crit chance, this could have done more damage. So, yeah, maybe going in on the critical chance wasn't that important. I am glad that I decided to just buy armor and the big arms here. The riposts ended up doing a decent amount of damage as well. This was a really interesting run. We managed to make it through. 58% dodge coming in handy there, and the amount of harvesting that I got obviously helped out a lot in terms of our economy, so very good to go all in on harvesting early, as I did. The 2 tardigrades were very important. We'd have definitely died without them in several of those waves. Overall, I think this was a really fun run, and I'm glad I managed to win. It was not easy. As always, my friends, hope you've enjoyed it, and of course, if you have, then feel free to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game content. And I will catch you next time. Cheers, folks. GG.